Wildflower farm update for March. The kids, these buckets of rocks, our grandkids pick up our rocks for us. We have grape hyacinth. Our iris are probably 8 inches out of the ground, some of them. They're at different stages. We have a lot of weeds in this row. I need to work on that. That's part of my to-do list for today. I also need to finish getting these iris in the ground. These are my iris from my mom that came down through her grandma and her mom, great grandma, my mom's great grandma. And so as you go down this row, we have more iris, and most of these are purple that my mom passed down to me. And then I purchased several yellow. I wanted to incorporate yellow, and they're coming up as well. This is spiderwort that was given to me by my mom. It's doing great. It's not going to make it out here in full sun. I am going to have to either move it into the shade, or we're going to have to figure out how to create shade for it here. These are the yellow, and yes, we have a lot of weeds. We're going to work on that today. And then these are my mom's daylilies. This is my mom's iris. This is my mom's hydrangea. We honestly did not think it made it. We know how hydrangeas are and that they bloom on old wood. However, it did not look like this hydrangea made it, and look at all of this life. I could not be more excited because these are the hydrangeas my mom brought me. This is the flower farm. We have almost half an acre completed. Where you see the white netting, we have our bachelor buttons in the ground. After today, we will have our bells of Ireland in the ground. And if we go back up here to the top, we can see our tulips. We planted giant allium. This row we are testing for spring 2027 brides for their bouquets. Our giant allium is getting bigger. Look at how gorgeous these tulips are. They are so pretty. We are also loving these. They make a very moody bouquet, so they're a darker color. These are the diamond sugar. They haven't quite opened up yet. And then our anemones did not do well with that last shock, but some of them, let me get at move my shadow. Look how beautiful that is. And it looks absolutely stunning with those dark purple, almost black tulips. Look how pretty. So I've already decided we're going to keep the anemones next year. I'm definitely doing these dark purple because it makes such a gorgeous bouquet. And then we're going to see as everything else comes in what we will keep. This fencing, so these 3 rows, 1, 2, and 3, and then we had a temporary fence right here. In March, we expanded our fence and we put in all of these additional rows and expanded our fence. We brought over a table so we can actually sit. And then it's kind of hard to tell, but where this temporary fence is exactly where a bed needed to go. So there is a bed that goes in here. We have 5-foot walking paths and we have 3-foot wide beds. So there's another bed that goes here, and it's 5 foot here and 5 foot here. And then we have our 3-foot beds and 5-foot walking paths, and that's the combo we chose for this area. We had enough space, and I'm going to go down and make sure that we had a really good rain last night. I'm going to make sure this worked to create the environment that we're hoping for and keep that rain and that moisture inside. So I'm going to go check that. Next month, you will see the addition of this side because we need to get to 1 acre. After this, we're going to head over to our barns and give you your March update. In March, we continued cutting trees around the front of the barns and clearing those out. It took a lot of work to get all of the overgrowth taken out of the barn area. And as you can see, they weren't necessarily small trees. They'd had a lot of time there. We started cleaning off the porches. We had made a plan that we would bring in stone and get these leveled up. So the first course of action in March was to remove all of the leaves. And then we found that something had pulled out all of the rocks in this space. So Brian went to work putting those back. And then it was time for Brian to level up the porches so that when we were prepared for the stone, they would be ready. He's using his machinery that will fit on the porch, and he's just leveling that out. This is a sneak peek of what the barns looked like last fall. We had to cut over 100 trees. We left all of the larger trees, and it looks so much better. In March, we cleaned up the leaves. We leveled these porches so they'll be ready for flagstone. We started stump removal between the two barns, and we got it ready to put grass seed down. The barn area is waking up for spring. It is getting ready for grass and flagstone porches, and there is so much to come in this area. We are so excited. That's our March tour.